Hi, I'm Sue Land, and we're standing here in Flacos in Hico, Texas, and I'm talking to Daniel Edwards. Hi, Daniel. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Sue. Nice to see you.
It's good seeing you. Daniel is the author of the latest, greatest Billy the Kid book called Billy the Kid, an Autobiography. Now, that book's out about 4 years now, so tell me what's new with it.
Oh my, so we've been digging into the story of Brushy Bill Roberts even after the book has been published, and what's great is that William V. Morrison, who wrote the original Alias Billy the Kid book, he actually gave a lot of his original papers to museums, university archives and things like that. So they are there if you have the time to go dig and find them like I've been doing for the past 4 years. There's some really remarkable things in there. So really what I wanted to do is I wanted to find out what was really going on between Brushy and his lawyer, Morrison. And was this a publicity stunt? Was this something he was just trying to make money off of? Or was this a legitimate attempt to get a pardon? And if you look at those original documents, you find that it actually was a legitimate attempt to get a pardon and not a publicity stunt. So it's pretty exciting stuff.
It really is, but now I know that, there is all kinds of things that's going on with Billy the Kid. More and more people are beginning to believe that Brushy Bill was Billy the Kid, but there is one thing that stands out in this book that everybody believes now, and that's about how did Billy die?
Right here in Hico, right on the street corner of a heart attack. And you're right about that. The amount of people that have come to rally around the story of Brushy Bill Roberts is amazing. Frankly, even in the 4 years ago versus today, it's remarkable. There's now Facebook groups, there's now online forums, there's just quite a bit of people that really see the common sense in the Brushy story as opposed to the lie, we would say, propagated by Pat Garrett over 100 years ago. So when you really look at the story of Pat Garrett, there's no evidence whatsoever that he killed Billy the Kid. There's no body, there's no photos. The coroner's jury that he made was lost. I don't know how that happens, and he killed the most notorious desperado in the history of the Wild West. So we made another one. That one was misplaced as well. I don't know how that happens the second time. And then the third one came out and said he really sure does deserve the reward, which is a little bit uncommon when it's usually something to say, yeah, the guy's dead and this is who he is. So it's interesting stuff. But yeah, to your point, people are rallying around the story. It makes a lot more sense, and new facts are coming out every day to support his claim of being Billy the Kid.
Well, I know that you have done a lot of research, and that is one of the things you majored in all your life just about, and I think that's wonderful because I love history.
Yeah.
But when I first moved here, which was back in 2007, I was learning about Billy the Kid then,
Sure.
because all I knew about was way long ago what Hollywood said.
Sure.
So it's really great, but I'm also finding out other things I didn't know. Like there's a story going around, something about a J. Frank Dalton.
So there's a lot of people that believe that Jesse James was actually robbing to fund a second civil war and that the South would rise again, and that's why he didn't financially benefit from all of his many robberies. I mean, they robbed over $200,000 worth of Union gold, and so that's a lot of money back then. It's a lot more today, and where is it? And so there's actually been a lot of research. These guys have actually found some of it. They've deciphered some of the codes, and so this is an onion that continues to be, as you peel it back, you see it's a very complicated onion. So, Brushy's involved in this, at least in some way, because he did know Frank Dalton, and so we're looking very carefully into that, and my next book will be after Jesse James, and hopefully it'll come out eventually. I don't know when.
Well, I was just going to ask, when do we get it?
Well, I have to write it, so there's a whole lot. I'm very much... very much of the disposition that the evidence needs to speak for itself. So we do a lot of primary research. We kind of wait until we hear the echoes and this guy's saying this guy's saying something similar, but it's not exactly the same. And then we dive into that and try to corroborate it with primary evidence. And so that's what I do, and I'm working on it. So hopefully the fate is kind.
So technically, at 12 years of age, my husband could have actually met Jesse James.
Is that right?
Yeah, because it was the James boys that came to visit his grandmother.
Wow.
And they came in, he said, long black beard, long black hair. They wouldn't sleep in the house.
Wow. They were a little edgy, weren't they?
They were a little edgy. Reporter showed up and they were anywhere to be found.
Yeah,
They had disappeared. So that's possible.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to tell his sister that that's possible.
Well, we may need to do some primary research and ask you a bunch of questions. You may need a deposition or something.
We'll see about that. But anyway, I'm so glad that you're doing that. I really am, and I'm going to look forward to it. So immediately, though, what you got coming up?
Well, first, if you don't mind, I have a personal connection to the story, if I could tell you this.
Oh, absolutely.
And I was surprised to find this. So as I'm doing my research on Jesse James, I found that the governor of Missouri, Thomas Thomas Crittenden pardoned both Robert Ford and Frank James, Jesse's brother, who was obviously a notorious outlaw, but yet he was pardoned completely. When he left office, he was replaced by former Confederate General John S. Marmaduke. I know that name, and the reason I know that name is my great-great-uncle actually captured General Marmaduke on the battlefield. My great-great-uncle was a private. He was wounded, he was running away, and ran the wrong direction. And so he was running towards the Confederates by accident, and the general, seeing his men, what he thought were his men, fleeing battle, ran out to yell at him and dress him down and say, "Get back out there and get the battle." And my great-uncle realized that it was the General Marmaduke. And so he captured him and took him back, and he won the Congressional Medal of Honor. So my family actually captured the governor of Missouri on the battlefield back in 1860s, so during the Civil War. So.
Well, that outdoes any relative I've had.
Well, maybe I can capture Jesse, and I'll do him proud. You know, we'll hope for that.
Well, so you don't have anything immediately coming up? Like, when are you going to come back and visit with us?
Well, I love Hico. It's one of the best representations of the state of Texas, in my opinion. It's just a great community. Everybody's somebody in Hico. You got a great festival out here. I want to go see it all and maybe eat a little bit of steak or something. So see all the crafts and the different local people. So that's the first thing, and then I'll come back as often as I can, as much as you'll have me, Sue. You know, I never turn down a free meal.
So well, we appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's great to see you. My pleasure.